But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Oh, good morning, everybody. Welcome aboard. June 26, 2014. In studio, we got Jim Norton and Jim Florentine. And no Anthony, who's, what has he got? Do we know
yet?
He
got something with his tonsils.
I saw the picture on Twitter of his tonsils.
Yeah, that left one. I called him. I'm like, you still have your fucking tonsils?
Right.
He's like, yes.
I got my tonsils.
Do you really?
Yeah, it's good to have your tonsils, right?
What do they do?
I don't know.
I feel like the appendix of the throat. Do they actually do anything?
Yours is out, right?
Block some kind of sickness or something like that. I got mine out at like 23 or 24 really late. It was painful.
They say it's painful the older you are, so.
But I was getting strep throat and tonsillitis like once a month, so.
Same with me.
Yeah.
But it all went away. I don't know. I still have my tonsils, though.
I think I got mine out. I had my adenoids out first when I was a kid, and then I think my tonsils came after that. They just had to go. I got everything out. The appendix. I'm just basically a shell. There's nothing internal anymore.
Aww.
I know. There's no little Jim.
I wanted to keep my tonsils, too. I told the doctor. I said, I want them in a jar. And he's like, that's a weird request. Okay. And then when I was done, after the operation, I couldn't talk, and he wouldn't give them to me because he knew I couldn't talk.
Right.
And he's just laughing at me. He's like, you're not getting them.
Why?
I don't know.
They're yours.
He said they had to do like a biopsy on them.
That's bullshit. I think that's how they get around giving you body parts.
Right.
I mean, if they take one of your body parts out, you should be able to keep it, no?
Yeah. I mean, I kept my son's foreskin. Still have that.
Do you really?
Yeah, it's in my freezer.
Why?
Why not?
I don't know.
He might need an extra inch when he's 17.
I don't know.
Might as well be his own.
Does you really have that?
Yeah.
How'd you bring it home? In a little bag?
They gave me in a little jar. They labeled it, too.
How big was it?
It's just a little piece, like like a fingernail, long fingernail.
What does it look like?
It's just a piece of skin.
Why did you need to keep that?
I was just joking with the doctor. My wife's brother was there, and I'm like, hey, can we keep the foreskin when he was doing it? And he's like, what? I go, yeah, my brother-in-law, he keeps them. He sells them on eBay. And the guy's like, okay. And he came back in. I'm like, we were laughing. I'm like, there's no way. And he came back in when he goes, here it is. And then a nurse comes in with a label. She goes, I have to label that. Where's that jar? Like, it's going to get mixed up.
Sure.
With somebody else's foreskin.
That is really strange.
Yeah, they never know. With foreskin, you never know. It could be a religious thing. Like, people don't want to fuck with foreskin.
Yeah, they probably can't say no.
Yeah, but I said he was going to sell it on eBay. It wasn't even a religious thing.
Well, there's certain religions that might actually might go hand in hand with.
I was just talking with Florentine about his Nirvana shirt, which surprises me, as far as him being a metal guy. Because Nirvana, took out all the bands that you kind of, you liked a lot of the bands that went away, right?
Yeah, I did.
Like Guns N' Roses, like you were saying earlier, Motley Crue, Cinderella a little bit. But, I mean, metalheads hate Nirvana, I think. It pushed them all off the radio.
Yeah, they got to get over that.
Really?
Yeah, because it was peaking at that point. It was kind of, everybody was fading. All the bands doing the same exact song.
Yeah.
It got pop hits and then one ballad.
It got really watered down.
Yeah, well, MTV ruined it too. But then MTV and radio were the ones that took the heavy metal away.
Right.
They stopped playing the videos and they stopped playing it. I think radio started with Nirvana. As soon as they started playing Nirvana, then MTV said, "Oh, we're not going to play that hairband stuff anymore. We're going to go with grunge."
Yeah, it just pretty much came out of nowhere and just killed so many people's careers.
Like bands like Rat and were playing in front of 20,000 people. They went from 20,000 like 1,500 within 6 months.
Tops.
It was crazy.
Right.
That's got to be a hard fall for a lot of those bands.
Of course.
Yeah, but everyone just loses interest at once.
Yeah, everybody
overnight.
Yeah.
We all remember where we were when that Nirvana song hit.
Because then Pearl Jam came right after that. Soundgarden was right there. Alice in Chains was already started.
They had all the bands lined up, and they're like, all right, if Nirvana...
Crazy.
Right.
That's got to be a hard fall for a lot of those bands.
Of course.
Yeah, but everyone just loses interest at once.
Yeah, everybody
overnight.
Yeah.
We all remember where we were when that Nirvana song hit.
Because then Pearl Jam came right after that. Soundgarden was right there. Alice in Chains was already started.
They had all the bands lined up, and they're like, all right, if Nirvana hits, we're good. And man, did they hit, and everyone else came flying through the door.
Yeah, that was a tough time for music.
It was a good time for music because you're right. You felt it in the air that something has to give. This is getting ridiculous because we've talked about it. Even Ozzy went down that road.
Yeah, for some reason he survived he just made little adjustments.
Right,
like that. I love the Ultimate Sin videos where he had the poofed out, like the frosted hair and no shoes.
Yeah,
remember those videos? Yeah, and then but as the '90s kind of rolled in, he changed his look a little bit, and his hair was like straight and long again, and he had like the darker glass. Like for some reason, he just adjusted and survived.
He was able to survive. Guns N' Roses for a while was able to survive, but not many others really.
Yeah, I mean, even
others made comebacks after they went away for a bit, but. You know.
Even Ozzy, I remember Use Your Illusion 1 and 2, they came out the same day. Remember, that was a huge thing.
Absolutely.
At midnight, everybody was lined up for it. No More Tears came out that same day.
Really? I realized that.
Yeah, and no one was even talking about Ozzy's record at all. And that wound up being Ozzy's probably biggest record, No More Tears.
I didn't realize that was the same day.
Came out the same day. And I remember Ozzy was doing like a signing at Tower Records or somewhere, and Guns N' Roses was doing something somewhere else. Everybody was just interested in the Guns N' Roses.
What year is that?
92.
Oh,
yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
Right, because I remember he did no more tours. Like there was a shirt. Yeah, I know that was in like '93.
Oh my god!
It was his last tour.
Right.
I guess maybe ticket sales were maybe it was a time where ticket sales were rough because they put on like this is the last tour.
Yeah.
And I didn't know back then that bands just did that. So I was like, fuck, he's never coming around again.
So we gotta go see him.
I did.
20 years later, he's still touring.
Oh, yeah. This time...
No more tours.
No more tours. I remember that.
No more tours.
Yeah, that was. He didn't sing that. Just the shirts said no more tours.
Yeah, the back of it, no more tours.
Is that a $9 shirt, really?
Yeah, I got it at Target.
Nice.
Which one?
This Nirvana shirt.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got great Target, Walmart, Kohl's.
I get my hats at Target.
Yeah,
I get excited to go to Target to see their latest hats. And I don't go too crazy, but they got just basic hats. I got a nice Guinness hat from Target once, and they do all right.
They got good stuff.
People make fun of you, but Target...
Guns N' Roses, they got Guns N' Roses shirt, AC/DC,
right.
Hendrix, Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, sure.
Who else started...
Why pay $40 at a concert? I can pay $9.
Exactly.
Who else started selling concert shirts? Macy's or one? No, it was one of those
Bloomingdale's.
Stores. Maybe they started selling
Bloomingdale's
like
in their
rock
rock
shirts.
in their rock section. Has
Yeah, even like Walmart did a thing with AC/DC, their last record, Black Ice, and they had all these AC/DC shirts there. They were all like $10,
right?
Instead of $40 at a concert. I have 32 AC/DC shirts now.
Wow!
And then whenever I go in like an Old Navy, they have a new one, and I have it in my hand. I'm like, why am I buying this?
You really need that many AC/DC shirts?
No, I don't. I don't know. I've worn maybe 4 of them. I don't know why.
Why you doing that?
I got 27 Sabbath shirts.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Man, I got like 5 or 6 concert shirts. That's it. I got a couple Rolling Stones.
I got 3 closetfuls.
I got
like 550 of them.
I could use an AC/DC shirt.
Go to Old Navy.
Well, how about you just give me one?
He doesn't want to because he might need it.
I might have one in doubles.
Yeah, I think I have one in doubles.
Collecting them.
Yeah.
I do have a few in doubles.
I would like an AC/DC shirt. That would be kind of cool. Absolutely. You know the Highway to Hell thing that we've done on the show? What's your thought on that?
On what?
The line. The beginning of the song. Can we play that for him? Because he's an expert at this shit. Listen to the lyrics.
Living easy, living free, season ticket on a one-way ride.
No. They say the N-word.
Oh, no.
Hear it again. Hear it again now that I said that.
Okay. You know, I can see where that's coming from.
Come on. You do hear it, though,
It might be that little Aussie accent that Bon Scott had. He might,
Yeah. You hear it, though, now,
He might have thrown a little, like,
you hear it, right?
He might have thrown a little dig in there. I don't know.
You hear it. I saw your face. You hear it. You've never heard that before, have you?
But it makes sense. Living easy, living free, season ticket on a one-way ride.
Yeah. Well, the other way,
going to Highway to Hell.
The other way makes sense, too.
How would that be worded? The N-word, what?
He's a nigger on a one-way ride? That would be a so weird song lyric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would write that and people would like, wait, what does that mean? Angus would probably come in and go, what are you saying that for?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. Even back then, it was like a weird thing to say.
It's there, though.
You think?
I hear it loud and clear now.
See, I don't
Loud
know,
and clear.
because Bon Scott was Bon would write the lyrics, and Bon was a big blues guy, so he respected the blues. That's where he started as a blues singer.
So he wouldn't just say that word.
He probably wouldn't throw that word around.
Right. All right. It's there for your listening pleasure.
You ever go on eBay and look at the rock shirts?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, that's an obsession of mine.
Really?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons. Honestly, I've said this before. It's one of the reasons I lost weight is because I wanted to buy old concert shirts and I couldn't. Mediums or back then, even larges fit like little tiny people.
I like the original ones where they're really soft and nice.
They're small.
I like a nice soft T-shirt. The softer, the better.
I've bought like bootleg shirts off of eBay,
right?
And I wear them on that metal show. And bands get in touch with me like, "Where did you get that shirt?"
Really?
They don't. Yeah, I feel bad wearing them. I'm like, I don't know. I just got off of eBay somewhere.
Wow,
it's not even the original shirt.
Oh, they think it's been because it's
they've never even seen it before. Like we're in charge of merchandise. We never saw that.
James in North Carolina. Go ahead, James.
So you guys were talking a few minutes ago about Nirvana and the '90s music kind of killing hair metal.
Right.
I'm wondering, couldn't it have been that hair metal fucking sucked a dick and then people were just tired of Bon Jovi and Rat, Cinderella, and shitty bands like that?
Well, I don't think they got sick of Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi's another band that survived the whole grunge movement. They never went away and never, dropped their numbers as far as who they played to. But
they weren't a metal band. They were a rock band. They were a top.
If you were a rock band, you survived. But if you got into that hair metal category, you were fucked. And I think Florentine made a good point. It just got watered down, and we were all waiting for something new. The time was right.
Well, we were fed up with terrible, terrible music.
Yeah. But hold on. But did you like that music for a while?
God, no. I was a suicidal tendency.
Okay, so you never liked it.
I was true metal, not hair crap.
But you can't argue those bands were extremely popular and doing very well. And then I really
they had all the chicks. The girls loved them. So of course they had. You have pussy. You have the fans.
Yeah, but the point is, then it just all went away. But they did have their success.
Very true. Yes, sir.
I mean, you didn't like it, and that's fine. But they were extremely popular.
Yeah, Bon Jovi was one. He was considered hard rock at that time. He's not anymore, but
oh god, no.
He was in that hard rock hair metal category. He actually survived it. And Def Leppard, it took them a while to rebound. They actually survived it. They took a big hit too. Those were the two bands out of it. Motley, because that's when Vince Neil left the band, and they put out a record with another singer, John Corabi,
right? That
went nowhere. And then they got Vince back in the late '90s. They put two records out that went nowhere.
Right.
But they were still touring, doing like 2,500, 3,000 seats. Now they're doing arenas again.
Wait, what was the one with the other singer? I don't think I've ever heard.
John Corabi. It was just called Motley Crue. It was just self-titled.
Oh wow.
They had a song called "Hooligan's Holiday." It was a pretty.
It was a good
record.
Song.
It was heavy. It was a heavy record.
Yeah, right. But
and Vince did a solo. Vince put a couple solo records out that didn't go anywhere.
Yeah. Okay. All right, there, James. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, guys. Florentine, appreciate it, man. You rock.
Thanks. But I got laid a lot with that music and that look. I took that look and whatever David Coverdale or Bon Jovi looked like.
You were copying that?
Absolutely. And all those chicks loved it.
Just to get the pussy?
Yeah.
Try being in like workout pants and going on the road with them. It was fucking humiliating.
Really?
Oh, it was awful. That was what my job was. I drove and watched him fuck chicks. It was so embarrassing.
From like 86 to 92. If you look at the back of my baseball card, it looks like I fucked in the steroid era. My numbers are way inflated. Something was going on. Something was going on there.
Nice. And then you cut your hair and not so much?
Yeah, it was brutal.
Really?
I took a major hit, too.
See, I didn't know you with the long hair. I've heard the stories. And I've seen the pictures. And actually, my sister knew you as with your long hair.
She did?
Well, because of the Fast Eddies. You guys all performed there when she was working there.
Yeah.
And she knows you as Jim Florentine with the really long hair. She hasn't seen you in years, obviously. But
yeah, I took a major hit with numbers, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I went from dating, banging, strippers and hairdressers. Mm-hmm. To, all of a sudden girls in a bank wanted to go on dates. I didn't go on a date for 6 years. I'm like, for what?
You didn't have time for dates?
No, I just go, look.
For what?
Yeah, for what? I'm the guy, we'll meet at the bar. I got shit to do till 8.
Yeah.
So you just meet them there. I'm not taking you to dinner.
No.
For what?
For what?
I remember some chick said, you want to go to Sunday brunch? I didn't even know what that was till 1989. I didn't. I'm like, what is that? Chick, you never heard of Sunday brunch? No.
Ugh, sounds awful.
I know. Let's get a brunch.
Good for you, though.
But Jim was always good at that. When you felt bad about a girl, he was the guy to call because, like, there was one chick, really hot one that you were banging. She was probably a 10, but then she stopped fucking him, and I was like, that would have killed me. But he was so practical about it. He's like, look, man, I never should have been there to begin with. I'm like, what a great attitude.
Absolutely. I get in there. It was almost like fucking Pam Anderson one night.
Yeah.
Somehow I get in there and then she never called me back. I'm like, I don't care. I get in there.
You were never heartbroken by a girl?
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a couple.
You know which chick? I mean, that girl.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, when you were just kind of, you know.
Yeah, there was this one chick I was in love with.
Yeah.
Yeah, she would just blow me off.
Really?
Yeah, it's funny because Voss is coming in, I guess, later. Because that guy, they lived down like the Jersey Shore, and her parents wanted to come to see my show, and I was opening for Voss at this place, the Sandpiper. Remember, it was like an old strip club down like Seaside Heights or something like that. I forget, but it was just me and Voss on the show, and I just met Voss, and we were kind of friendly. He was still a dick,
right?
Of course,
he's still a dick.
So her family, she's all excited. Her family going to come see me do stand-up. I'm only doing stand-up like 9 months, and I had to do 25 minutes up front. Voss was the headliner, and I bombed. I did the 25. I stood up because I wanted to get paid, and her family and their friends, their neighbors, because I went to the barbecue. There was like 20 of them there.
They all came.
On a scale of 1 to 10, it was probably a half. I had on a scale of 1 to 10, not even a 1.
Not even a 1
for 25 minutes.
What happened? It was just a weird crowd.
I just stunk.
Wow.
Wait, had you talked to them that day at a barbecue?
Oh yeah, they were all excited. Yeah, oh yeah, they couldn't wait. Oh my God, he's a comedian. Yeah, and
let's all go.
In the front. They were all sitting in the front, and she was there.
She was there with her family.
Oh yeah, she came with her family.
No one laughed.
No, maybe I had a 1. Maybe.
Oh my God.
So what happens? Of course, as soon as Voss goes up there, his first joke doesn't hit. He goes, "Hey, if you guys don't laugh, I'm going to bring that asshole back." And the whole crowd's like, "No, no." And then Voss went up there and murdered for an hour.
Really?
Murdered.
Were you embarrassed?
And I went in the bathroom and I was in the stall, so I didn't know where to hide. The place was packed.
You were hiding.
I went in the stall and I hear these guys go, "Man, that first guy fucking sucked." And I'm sitting, they don't know it's me in the stall. They're like, "Oh my God, I'm not even a comic. I can do better than that. What the fuck? Where are they getting these people from?" He was terrible. Did he ever do it before? They were going on and on for like 10 minutes and I couldn't walk out of the stall. I'm like, please, just get out of the bathroom.
You should have begged for forgiveness.
And then that chick didn't even bang me that night. Never banged me again after that.
What do they say?
I stayed over a house too, and she was just like, yeah, maybe you should just sleep on the couch.
Oh my God! But what did they say after the show? How awkward was that?
They're like, no, it was good. They were just, no, you did a great job.
And then there's always the one guy. They were tough.
Tough crowd. Not after what Voss did. Voss could have fucking filmed an HBO special.
Right.
Afterwards, so it had nothing to do with the room. Nothing.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, that's awful.
And then what?
And then she said, maybe you should sleep on the couch tonight because I was going to sleep over her house. I used to sleep in her bedroom. Her parents didn't care.
And then that was it?
Yeah, and then that was it. And I was trying to hold on.
That's nothing worse than trying to hold on.
I remember she liked this Don Henley CD, End of Innocence, or whatever it was.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, you can borrow it, because I just wanted to hold it. So just so she had something in mind, so I had to call her to get it back.
Oh, my God.
Yes, I gave her that. And then one night she blew me off, and I pulled up in front of her house, and I slept in front of her house waiting for her to come home.
Did you really?
In my car, yeah.
Oh. None of us knew this back then. Oh.
I love that it happens to the best.
It's like finding out your husband's a serial killer. Oh, no.
Florentine was a rock star when it came to women, so it's nice to know that you fucking suffered like the rest of us.
Oh, yeah.
So you're in your car waiting for her to come home. So
I just wait outside of her house.
Did you see her coming home?
She said, I'll be home at like 11 o'clock. Come over.
Oh, okay.
And she never came home that night.
Oh.
So I woke up at like 7 in the morning. I went to bed at like 4. I'm just sitting there in my car. And about by 7 in the morning, I woke up and she still wasn't home.
How much does that hurt? That
I just pulled away.
Home? It hurt, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was she attractive?
Definitely banging somebody else. Oh, yeah. Phenomenal.
And you never saw her again?
No, I saw her again, but she wanted nothing.
What was her explanation for being out all night?
No, I was out with friends. I'm like, oh, because you told me to come in at like 11 o'clock, so I just waited for a little while. I said a little while in front of the house. I didn't want to tell her I slept in my car in front of the house.
Nothing worse than hanging on. And you know in your soul that it's over, but you just try to hang in there, hoping that things might miraculously
I thought maybe the CD
around.
would keep us together, and I left there because I had to go get it.
How much do you hate Don Henley?
I know, that bastard.
Did you ever like Don Henley?
I did like that CD.
Really? End of the Innocents. What else?
Heart of the Matter was a good
song.
song.
Heart of the Matter's on there.
Song,
New York Minute, I think. I don't know.
There was another time I had this girlfriend down in Florida, and 6 months in, I found out she was married.
Right.
She didn't tell me. She said, "You can't come over my house. My parents are going to hate you because your hair."
Right.
They're very religious. So I'm like, I don't want to fucking meet your parents anyway. Perfect. I found out because she was still married. And I told her, look, I need a day or two to think about this because I can't believe you lied to me. The next night, I pull up in front of my house. I got home from work early, and she was fucking my roommate.
What?
Yeah. I walked in on it, and I just hear her moaning coming from my bedroom.
What was that about?
She just said, "Oh, fuck you. Oh, you don't want to.
Were you close with your roommate?
No, he was some guy in a band that I kind of knew. Was living down in Florida.
You guys were just sharing space.
Yeah, she just came over. I knew how she was. She did that to me the first night I met her.
Wow.
And she just went in his room and started fucking him, and I walked in and heard him.
Oh. So what'd you do?
Well, first I was listening.
You gotta listen, Will. I think you gotta listen a little.
And she was she's never moaned like that before.
Really?
Yeah, that hurt. That hurt. I didn't, that was like, damn, what the hell is he doing to her?
You need to know his technique.
And then she came out, she's like, oh, really? You're going to make me wait? Fuck you, asshole. I'm breaking up with you, and just walk right by me.
Wow. How long did you listen for?
A couple. I didn't know what to do. I'm like, do I knock down the door? Like, I wasn't going to beat the roommate up because I knew how she was.
Right.
And he was just some dumb guy in a band. Mm-hmm. So she just went in his room and just hopped on top of him and started fucking him.
Jesus.
He's like, dude, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. He wouldn't come out of his room. Like, don't worry about it, man. It's all right.
Did you guys stay roommates after that?
Yeah. I moved back to New Jersey after that. That one fucking hurt. I'm like,
yeah.
I just ate a shit sandwich. Time to go.
How long had you dated this young lady?
I was just like 6 months. I was in love with her, too.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you were with her.
I sold all my baseball cards, and I brought up to New Jersey to meet my family.
Wait, you sold baseball cards to bring her to New Jersey?
Yeah. For a plane ticket.
How old were you?
How much did you get for
20, 21.
But how much did you get for your baseball cards?
They were worth like $6,000, maybe like $800.
Oh, wow.
I had some good Mickey Mantle, Henry
Did you really?
Aaron's.
You had some of the old ones?
Yeah, Willie Mays, yeah.
Those are the ones that are worth finding and collecting, not the new baseball cards.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's not like you sold a Frank Thomas. Who would care?
I was a desperate man.
Any baseball card you have from the last like 25 years easily is worth nothing.
Yeah, nobody cares anymore.
Before that, 80s, 70s, 60s.
If I had that Hannes Wagner 1910 card, I would have fucking sold it.
Oh, boy, first class for everybody.
Yeah.
You sold your baseball cards to Flyer. Oh, my God. I love this side of you.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, this is the girl I'm going to marry.
Because we've heard all the great stories where you're just the rock star. These stories are way better.
I know, of course.
Did you ever see her again?
Yeah, I saw her. Yeah, after that. And she wound up fucking all my friends down in Florida right after that.
Really?
Yeah, they would call me up like, look, she wants to fuck me. I'm like, go for it.
So, where did you sell the baseball cards? Just went to a collectible?
Some collectible store down in Florida. Yeah. I knew the guy was ripping me off.
But you were just in love.
Yeah, I was so excited. I'm like, I've got plane tickets.
Did you have enough money?
I don't know. I wonder what she told her husband where she was going for a few days.
Right. Wow.
Oh, right. She was married.
But the husband must have known that she was not good.
I don't know.
She was a bad egg.
Do you see what she looks like now? That's the beauty of Facebook, is these girls you don't see for 15 years. You can take a look at them now.
I search out some of the ones that did me wrong. And
I never did.
And I'm very pleased every time when I see their picture and what they become.
Well, I remember seeing her about a year and a half later, and she put on like 30, so I was happy about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And she was trying to come on to me. She was dating one of my friends at that point. And she was trying to come on to me, and I'm like, get out of here. So.
Wow. Did you have enough money to like take her out to dinner after the baseball card thing, or it was just enough money to get the plane ticket?
Probably just a plane ticket.
Oh my God, Were you sad that you didn't have your baseball cards anymore?
Yeah, afterwards, I'm like, fuck, what did I do? But that made me turn into a scumbag. Like after that turned me. Yeah, that turned me. You know, because I was, I thought I had morals back then. Like, I can't believe I'm sleeping with a married woman. I don't know if I could do this.
Right.
I'm going to burn in hell.
Right. And then she did you wrong, so then you were like, fuck this for a while.
Yeah.
What year was that? Because I met you in like 90.
Nah, this was like 86.
Oh, okay.
86. So then you went on a tear after that, I'm sure.
Yeah, my friend Dave told me to shave my bad mustache and grow my hair long.
You had a bad mustache?
It was brutal.
Dude, have you ever seen his?
I look like I had a right. It was in my one-man show. That picture. It looked like.
Can I see this? Is it online somewhere?
No, I don't. No.
It's not a good look.
I had a mustache too for a while.
I had the mustache. Well, we grew mustaches so we can get served beer because you looked older.
Right.
So when we graduated high school, we grew mustaches so we can look like.
Somewhere around when I was 18, 19, mustaches.
No, it's
I'm
not
going to date myself, but mustaches were actually in for a while. Oh. And everyone grew one.
And I had a mullet.
I'll find my mustache picture.
Well, at first it was short with a mustache, and it was like a bad cop mustache.
Right.
It was awful, and then I grew up. Then I had like a mullet with the mustache.
Right.
It was terrible.
That so many people had that. So many guys had that look.
And I used to brush my hair.
You never had a mustache? Well, you're a little.
No,
you're not that much younger than us.
Mustaches don't look good on me.
I think you. I think you just missed the mustache stage.
Plus, I have a baby face. A mustache would have looked idiotic.
It was mid '80s ish. Mustaches were in for a while, man, and we were all young with mustaches. Absolutely.
I don't remember.
We're trying to find.
But we only did it because we looked older to get beer, so we didn't have to show ID.
My friend Bill D'Angelo looked older. Bill looked like he was 35 when he was 16. So he was the guy that would just get us liquor. Like I personally, there's nothing I could have done to make myself look older.
Wow. All right, we got to find the mustache picture. I'll find mine too.
And when you're taping, Jim's taping a comedy special, a stand-up special. That's not is that your one-man show or your actual stand-up?
No, regular stand-up special. Yeah.
1 hour comedy special at the George Street Playhouse, New Brunswick, New Jersey on September 13th. Tickets go on sale for 1 hour. When are they going on sale? Oh,
July 9th. I'm sorry. They're going on sale July 9th.
All right, I got this now. Sorry about that. July 9th, tickets go on sale for 1 hour comedy special at the George Street Playhouse.
And September 13th is when you're taping it.
Yeah, September 13th I'm taping it. And Michelle, that did your specials, is doing mine.
Oh, she's great. Yeah, she's done Louis stuff, Kevin Hart, Michelle Caputo. She's excellent.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's really
She just
good.
did Jim Jeffries.
No, we know her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did a great job with Jimmy's special. You're in good hands, sir.
Yeah, she's very nice and she's honest. You don't trust people. Some people are just dishonest when they're like, overseeing those projects, and she's honest.
There's a lot of dishonest
So it'll be
people.
links and all that stuff. I'll let people know. But July 9th tickets go on sale for it.
Cool. Yeah, well, it'll be sold out for sure. Where are you at with soccer? We got a big game today.
Oh, what time is the game?
Noon.
I don't know. It is noon.
Noon, yeah.
Fuck.
I'm coming around to watching it.
Yeah.
You know what I love about it? There's no commercials.
Right.
It's constant action, and the clock just keeps running, even when the ball goes out of bounds, whatever it is.
But then they add time onto the clock.
Yeah, it's a weird thing.
It's really strange. I don't know how much time is left in the game half the time, because they'll put up a +2 or a +5. I don't understand it. When Portugal scored the other day, I'm like, all right, we got a few minutes left. I didn't know there was basically no time left because I couldn't figure out the clock.
Yeah, it is weird how they just automatically put time on. But I do like the constant action. Not that it's like, in an NFL football game, they've done a thing where in a 3-hour game, there's only 11 minutes of action.
Right.
So you can't say that soccer, I just love how it just keeps playing. There's no interruption of goofy commercials. Constantly, every 3 minutes, you go to another 2-minute break of commercials, come back, another 2 minutes.
Is there timeouts? I don't even know.
I don't think so.
There's no timeouts in soccer
I don't think
either,
so.
right?
No, and it's, get a short halftime and they're back on the field and they just play.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll follow soccer after the World Cup, but I'm definitely checking out games now.
Right, because we're watching the All-Stars play, basically.
Right.
So this is like the playoffs. So you're going to see the best teams, the best players.
Well, the problem with soccer in America, then after the World Cup, what do we do? What soccer league do we follow for American teams? I don't know. Do you even know?
No, I have no idea. I know there's a team in Newark.
Yeah, but
there? I didn't know that.
Yeah, the Red Bulls or some shit.
Yeah, but do we follow them now?
I have no idea. There's a soccer field next to my house.
I know they got great, leagues over in Europe and stuff. So what? You grab one of those teams and just adopt them? The Premier League, is that one of the big leagues?
Is Manchester United a league in the Premier League? Are they different leagues?
I don't know.
What do I do after the World Cup's over is my question. Who do I follow? Do I just pick a team out of Europe and go with it?
Well, America has a league, but nobody really follows it.
Eric, that's my point. I know we have a league, but do people care about it?
No.
That's what I'm saying. What do I follow my hometown team? What are they? Who are they? What's their name?
I don't even. Hold on, let me see.
Does New York have a team?
New York has the Red Bulls.
Who's the Cosmos?
They're playing Newark, yeah.
Who's the Cosmos?
No, now I don't know.
Weren't they a soccer team?
For a
They
while.
used to be. That was the team that Pele played
Right.
on.
That's a long time ago, though.
Wait.
I don't think the Cosmos are still around.
They
are
weren't a United States
The
team?
New York Cosmos.
Oh, they were the New York
Yeah.
Cosmos. Okay, good. I'm not that much of an idiot.
Yeah, that's a long time ago, though, right?
Doesn't say.
See, we don't know.
I know. I'm lost in this one.
Yeah.
I like this exercise. We know,
Even with
we don't know
computers.
shit.
But with computers, this
still
is how
play.
bad we're doing.
The Cosmos
Okay.
still play?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I will be watching today. I didn't know it was at noon.
You don't hear a lot of
I have
news
a couple
about
things to do, so I got to get my shit done.
I love it. The game's like an hour and a half long, and it's over. It's not drawn out 3 hours, and it's just constant playing.
I kind of like that too. 90 minutes and done.
90 minutes and done. It just clock keeps running. No goofy insurance commercials, Papa John fucking commercials.
You don't like flow?
But why? But why are they? But why add time on
Papa
to
John's worse.
Why add time onto the game when you could just stop the clock and make it a nice, solid 90 minutes? That's what I don't understand.
Well, they do it for injuries. I know.
I know, but when someone's injured, just stop the clock.
They don't want it. They just want
They
to
should
keep playing.
adopt some of the things we do over here.
I'm sick of the bad acting, though, with the injuries.
Oh, yeah. They're
Falling down like they got shot, and then 2 seconds later, they're running down the field again.
What about the bite? Everyone's talking about the bite.
His third time doing that.
Yeah, he's a problem.
Yeah.
He even admitted that he's a problem, and then he's trying to like calm his shit down. He said that I think a mere week before he did the bite.
Shouldn't you get thrown out if you bite people 3 times? Like the first time you're almost ready to get thrown out, but and the second time
You would think.
But 3 times he's bitten people. He has big teeth too, man. That guy has some fucking chompers.
Yeah, he's fucked. I think they're gonna ban him for life or something.
Really?
Yeah. So.
Did you actually hear that?
Yeah. Yeah. I read it somewhere. It might be in the paper today. I don't know. Let's say hi to Jose on Long Island. Jose.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, I heard you guys talking about what you can do after the World Cup. The Red Bulls are in Harrison, New Jersey. Pretty easy to get to, and the tickets are pretty cheap because they're trying to attract fans.
Right.
So you can get like midfield seats down on the bottom for like $25-$30.
But do they play the other countries? Like, don't the other countries play each other? Like, someone from Italy will play London, and they play Africa, and then
Yeah, that's what makes it so exciting. I mean, every country has a team.
right.
And then, then we go back to watching it in America where every city has a team. That seems a little strange. I don't know.
Yeah.
What the
Well,
fuck? I don't know shit.
They do have friendlies with like the Premier League teams and the teams from Spain. So they invite them over here because it's such a big market.
Right.
That they get like Liverpool. They get Manchester United played here. So and they have international friendlies all year round too.
But I don't mean friendly.
International friendlies.
Ew.
I do like a good fribble, though, every once in a while. I used to love fribbles. That sounds awful, an international friendly.
Yeah, it doesn't mean
Let's have an
anything.
international friendly. Yuck.
That's like
So that means the game means nothing.
Right. Exactly. It's
Yeah,
just
but
like
the only
they
reason I'm
let-
watching World Cup is because every game means something. It's amazing. There's a lot on the line.
Right. You're right. I'm a casual soccer fan, but when it's the World Cup, I'm all in. I've been watching it at work. It's crazy. I love it.
They should just have one big, giant international league. Why not?
Don't they already or no?
And
We're
how
just
these
not in
guys play once a week, and I don't know. I don't know.
I think they might, eventually they might do that. It seems like it's starting to catch on in America. People are getting more
Right.
disgusted with, hockey's getting big again.
Right.
The ratings used to be shit.
Right.
Hockey's starting to, because it's a physical sport, not
Love
a lot
hockey.
of commercials too. The playoff hockey is phenomenal.
And the HD TV is really helping out.
Absolutely.
You could follow the puck a lot better than, when we were growing up. It was just a blur on the ice because of our shitty TVs.
You can see where sports are going. Just for me at least, just with my kids, like they'll watch hockey, they'll watch soccer. They can't stand watching a full baseball game. It's too boring for them.
I hate baseball. I finally had to be honest with myself. I kept saying I'm a baseball fan, I'm a Mets fan, and then some listener called me out like, "You're not a baseball fan." And I think they said name like 3 players on the Mets, and I couldn't do it. I'm like, "Oh, that's right. I haven't watched a game in like a decade." I hate baseball.
But you know what was on the other day? I watched it was the Yankees Classics, and they showed the '98,
Right.
the first game of the Padres World Series, when the Yankees were down and they scored like 7 runs in the 8th inning. Like Knobloch hit a 3-run home run, and then Tino came up and hit a grand slam. And Michael Kay and Sterling were doing the calls, and Michael Kay called it. It was one of the greatest home run calls I've ever heard.
Right.
And Sterling was not the guy calling it. It was so nice to hear a home run call by somebody else. That fucking idiot.
Well, I remember Jim Leyritz hit that homer in the Braves series when they were down 2-0. The Braves came in, and it was
Game
90.
3?
It was 98,
96,
I think, or 96, yeah. Braves came in, beat the Yankees 2 times in Yankee Stadium, killed them.
Yep.
And they went to Atlanta for 3, and Leyritz hit that homer. They were down or something.
They were down
Leyritz
6-0, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Right.
Yeah, and I remember that.
You like baseball?
Yeah, I'm a San Francisco Giant fan. I watched a game. Lincecum pitched a no-hitter yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yesterday pitched. It was on during the day.
See, that's exciting as all hell.
Yeah.
But games like in late June are not exciting in general. There's nothing really on the line.
I watched the first 3 innings, and then I tuned back in about the 7th inning, and I heard because he was pitching a no-hitter. I'm like, I'll just... Because a baseball game, you could just tune in later. It doesn't have a 6th inning on. And then watch from the 7th inning on.
Is that the first no-hitter for the year?
No, Kershaw pitched one, too.
Yeah, there's been a few.
There's been a few already?
Like 3 or 4, yeah.
Is it still special to throw a no-hitter,
Yeah,
you think?
absolutely.
It seems like it happens more.
Yeah, because it's more of a pitching
often.
league now. The guys aren't on steroids as much anymore. They have to hide it.
Right.
Oh.
So that's why,
Yeah.
amphetamines they can't take, so these guys are tired.
Right.
You're not allowed to take that, so maybe they're drinking Red Bulls or some shit or coffee, but it's not doing the same trick as it was before.
Aren't the pitchers tired, too?
Yeah, but the pitchers got an advantage over the hitters.
I'm a huge fan of the steroid era.
Absolutely.
I don't know them personally. I don't care what they're doing to their bodies.
They're still doing them. A bunch of the guys are still doing them. They just haven't got caught.
I'm sure they'll figure out new ways, right? All right, Jose, thank you.
Thank you, boy.
Oh, let's go to Toronto. Joe.
Hey, guys, how are you?
Hey,
Hello,
buddy.
Joe.
Hey, listen, I know what you guys can do to enjoy soccer going forward. There's the Champions League.
What's the Champions League?
The Champions League is the European League. So basically, it's all these guys here at the World Cup. The biggest teams are in Europe. So you get to see the champions of each country going off against each other. So you have Real Madrid and Manchester United and AC Milan and all the top dogs where all these guys play. And it's this soccer 2.0. Like, it's that much better than the World Cup.
You think it's better than the World Cup?
Oh, totally. In terms of quality of the game and excitement and draws for the fans, it's fantastic.
But the problem is, the Americans aren't represented in the Champions League.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? That's the thing that gets to me. I think Brazil is turning the corner for the Americans because it seems like you guys are really, really getting it into it this time around.
Right.
Which is nice because you're the last big market I think that they really need to capture.
It depends on today's game, too. They're like, if the U.S. just looks stupid, can we get knocked out today or no? I guess
we have an extremely good chance of moving on today.
You know what?
A lot has to happen for us not to move on, I hear.
Well, you know what? I think the likelihood of you guys not moving on today is pretty slim because you got the Germans and the U.S. that all they need is a draw.
Right.
And they knock out 2 of the biggest teams.
Right.
So, I mean, strategically, it would make a lot of sense for those 2 countries just to draw to knock out 2 of the bigger teams, Ghana and Portugal, which would make their life easier if they ever had to play against each other. You've got the German coach, Lowe, and the American coach, Klinsmann.
Right.
Who are like best buddies.
Yeah, they're really close.
So if there's a backdoor handshake and they just said we can all walk out together.
I actually heard all this today. There's a really good chance it'll just be a draw because it's in everyone's best interest. That's crazy. Wouldn't you want to win just to win, though?
Absolutely.
You know what? But I think I just got to say, we're Canadian. We haven't made it to the World Cup since '86. But it's really nice to see the Americans actually grasping this and having a lot of fun with it for now. Like for Olene to be talking about soccer, which you guys couldn't care less about.
Well, it's the World Cup, though. I think we were talking about it 4 years ago as well.
I'm a soccer guy from way back, and I played in high school.
And
yeah.
No, that's great because it's fun, and I think the U.S.
But I think that I think the U.S. is cheating because every time they interview one of our players, he has a very heavy accent. And a lot of these guys have dual citizenship. It's like, oh boy, I think we're cheating a little bit at this point.
But the one thing about the American athletes that always amazes me is they may not be the best, soccer players on the field, but they're always the best conditioned athletes. Like they don't get tired. It's just it's an American thing. They really know how to produce some serious athletes, right? So it's just about time that they've caught the soccer fever, so it's great. But New York is a hotbed for soccer. They've got tons of fans from all over the world representing this. You guys must be having a blast.
Yeah, I went to a couple of Cosmos matches recently, and I saw the Red Bullers. It was nice.
I don't know. I
cheering on Pele there, Jimmy?
Yeah.
I think I'll probably check out some international soccer after this a little bit. I'll take a peek, but I don't think I'll be going to a game in Newark or any of that shit or wherever they play. I don't think.
Well, I mean, you know what? If you guys ever got it, put it on your bucket list to go like to Europe and watch one of them.
I don't want a bucket list.
That's not on my bucket list.
Yeah. You know what I do?
Yeah, mine's banging my wife's friend. That's my bucket list. Not a soccer game.
Okay, well, that one I would agree with you, but
anyone who has a bucket list, I don't want to talk to. I know what it's called. Just live your life. Yeah. What do you sit down and actually make out a list?
Yeah. I want to go watch a game mid-season.
Let me add it to my bucket list.
Yeah.
Yuck. Oh, my God. Real men don't make bucket lists. I think Florentine agrees with me on this one. When you make a bucket list, I have to one day see the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
I'll try to do Florentine's voice.
Whoa.
All right, you guys can hammer me on that one. Jimmy, when are you coming back to Toronto?
I'm not sure yet.
No, you're not getting out of this. Tell us what's on your bucket list.
Sorry, what?
Tell me 3 things on your bucket list I need to know.
3 things on my bucket list? God. I don't even have one. I shouldn't have thrown that out there. I'm getting hammered for it, man.
All right. Thanks, Joe.
All right, take care, guys.
All right.
Joe.
And to answer your question, I think Jimmy's going to be doing a lot of things in Montreal.
Yeah, I got stuff at the festival, but no Toronto.
So go east. Well, I mean, Toronto's not that far away. Last year, a lot of people came from Toronto to see us. So, all right, we should take our first break. Oh, so the soccer game's on at noon today against Germany. Man, that last game was such a fucking bummer.
That game was unbelievable.
I don't even know anybody's name on the team. I know Tim Clark. That's it.
Tim Howard.
I mean, Tim Howard. See, and I said Tim Clark. Tim Howard, of course. That's all. And now I'm just mad. Another thing to be frustrated by after that game. I'm like, why am I into soccer?
How did I all of a sudden
Now I got to
care?
be frustrated.
I didn't care for my whole life, and then all of a sudden, one headbutt, and I want to throw myself out the window.
I didn't care 4 hours prior to the game. And then I'm all frustrated like everybody else. I'm like, how did this happen?
Yeah.
And then they said it's a world-class ball. What's a world-class ball?
I guess that's an assist in soccer. I'm guessing.
No, I think it's how he kicked it. Is a world-class ball. I guess
that was unbelievable, the way he kicked that to that guy and freaking headbutted it in.
Amazing. An amazing fucking play.
I love the way we talk about none of us use the right terms.
No, we have no idea.
You're like, I love the way he kicked that to that guy. And he headbutted it in.
We don't even know who that guy is.
I used to always have a joke about soccer. I go, look, don't let your kids play soccer. I go, if they're kicking balls when they're younger, they're going to be licking balls when they're older. That was always my philosophy on it. But I'm starting to come around.
Did you use that in front of the barbecue crew?
No, that was later.
That's too bad.
That actually would have worked.
That would have turned everybody around.
Yeah.
Wait, what was one? Do you remember what any of your jokes were that like that point in front of that group? Like that first?
Yeah, because I remember I said I went into a bar and I didn't know it was a gay bar. And the guy came up to me. He's like, "Are you a switch hitter?" I go, "Yeah, I'm a switch hitter. I'm going to hit you with a right, then I'm going to switch hands and knock you out with a left."
Yeah, I do remember that. I'd forgotten it until that moment.
I can't remember. And I think I said I should have known it was a gay bar. It was called Bend Over's Tavern.
Oh yes. I feel like a kid in therapy who's just realized something really tragic.
Yeah.
All right, let's say hi to Greg in Montreal. Greg.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, good morning, buddy.
Stomach hurts.
I just want to elaborate on something you said earlier about the lifetime ban. The maximum ban for FIFA is actually 24 games, and the most they've ever dished out has been 8. So it's unlikely he's going to get a lifetime ban from that shit.
So why the fuck was I reading lifetime ban?
I heard 2 years was the most they can give him.
Yeah, exactly. 20. That add up to about 24 games.
How many games are a season?
Let's see. They do 4 the first. Let's do some math. I don't know, man. I was under the impression 24 games maximum.
But is that a full season or?
It sounds like he's saying it's like 2 seasons by the time he's done with his. Yeah. Okay.
2 full tourneys.
I don't know anything.
And look, he got suspended from in the EPL last year. He actually stopped a goal
with his hand intentionally. He just stuck his arm out and got in front of the ball. So, I mean, this guy's been problematic for a pretty long time.
Yeah, this guy really is. Although if he was on my team, I'd love him biting people and fucking grabbing the ball with his hand.
Look, everybody's talking about soccer now between the World Cup and this guy biting. So it's great for this. It's great for soccer.
Yeah, he's doing the sport well. But why is it problematic if one day you say, you know what, I've had it. I want to use my hands this time.
Yeah. If everyone did it, what are they going to do? Throw you all off the field? Everyone should just use their hands.
And what? That's a major penalty if you use your hand like that?
Yeah, man, he got suspended. He's just childish. Like, he's just throwing.
Do they give the team the goal if he used his hand to stop it?
No, they're going to get a penalty kick.
So why wouldn't you use your hand every time when you know it's a pretty much a guaranteed goal?
They suspend you.
Ask the guy who's going to call up after me and tell me I'm full of shit.
No, because that's almost like...
But if you're in a desperate situation, why wouldn't you realize your goalie's out of position, and why wouldn't you use your hand and just take the chance with the penalty kick?
They're definitely going to fine him some, like, exorbitant amount of money. I mean, he got in deep shit.
So they really do frown upon you using your hands, obviously.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's like in football, you know, when someone's wide open on a bomb, a guy's going to trip him.
Right.
Because he knows he's going to catch a receiver, and it's going to be a first and goal, but at least it's not a touchdown.
At least they have a shot.
Hockey does the same thing, yeah.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Hey, are you guys coming up to Montreal for Just for Laughs again this year? I'm going to see Jimmy, but you guys going to make it?
Yeah, I believe we're going to broadcast a couple shows up there again. We had so much fun last year.
Fucking right you did, man. All right, I'll check you then.
All right. Thank you, buddy.
Later.
Greg in Montreal. All right, so Jim Florentine's in today. We got Rich Voss coming in a little while. And let's not forget, July 9th, Jim Florentine's doing a 1-hour comedy special at the George Street Playhouse, New Brunswick, New Jersey on...
oh, no, it's...
See, this is written wrong. I apologize again.
Well, I wrote it
on
up.
sale July 19th.
Yeah.
They go on sale July 9th.
Tickets go on sale. I'm rewriting this. Tickets go on sale July 9th for your 1-hour comedy special at the George Street Playhouse in New Brunswick, New Jersey, and that will be taped on September 13th.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'll be in Nashville July 14th at Zany's.
Nice.
One show.
Yeah, I saw you tweet that. So are tickets going well for that?
I think so. It's a Monday night.
Right.
So I don't know how it's going to be, but I'm in town I'm opening for a band on Sunday in Nashville.
You're still opening for bands?
Yeah.
Who are you opening for?
Is that going better?
Yeah.
You've had some horror shows with that.
I got the system. This band Fall Out Boy.
Yeah, we know Fall Out Boy.
Yeah, I'm doing a few dates with them.
So what, you go up and do just 15, 20 minutes?
I do like 3 5-minute sets in between the bands.
That's rough. But you got it figured out finally?
Yeah. Because I work for Jägermeister, so I make announcements. That's like 2 minutes. That eats up 2 minutes. Not a clock. And then I got 3 minutes. I just pound them. But this isn't my audience. Fall Out Boy crowd doesn't know me. It's a little different. If it's a Megadeth show, it's easy. I know exactly what works with them. So I haven't done it yet. That'll be my first gig, so we'll see.
Have you gotten booed at all?
Yeah. People throw shit at me, yeah. I got punched in the head at the merchandise table.
That's why I'm asking how it's going, because you've told these stories on our show.
Yeah, well.
It sounds like a horrible gig.
Yeah, this one could be bad.
And when you know it's going to be a bad crowd, do you stretch out the Jägermeister announcemts?
Yeah, or I'll just cut it short. I'm like, I didn't do 5? The guy's like, you get off early. Oh, really? I thought on my clock I went on. Oh. Yeah, I got it all down.
You just play dumb.
I had to go out and announce to Megadeth that they were canceling the show because of lightning and stuff. The power went out.
Right.
And I had like 8,000 people booing me.
Oh, fuck.
I had to go out with a megaphone.
They're all taking it out on you.
Yeah, they're all taking it out on me. They had to call like 20 cops in before I made the announcement that there was going to be a riot.
And you had to announce that the show's done.
Yeah, well, I wanted to. Someone's like, we need someone to go out there. I'll do it because I have my friend taping me. I'm like, get this on tape.
Oh,
I got
nice.
it on tape. Yeah.
Where
and I'm
is
making
it?
them on. I got to. I don't know if I. Let me see if I can get
pop that up somewhere.
And I'm making them on. I go, what do you want me to do? I go, if there's a guy here that can fix the pole over there, I'm just friggin' and they're just booing me.
Wow.
And I got a big grin on my face.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. You rule. Bill Burr, everyone. What's up, Bill?
Nothing. I'm on hold enjoying that story. I would have killed to seen that grin on your face.
I couldn't wipe it off. I couldn't even wipe it off.
All those soaking wet long hairs standing there.
Yep.
I don't know why we like abuse so much. Like, no one would do that, and you couldn't wait to volunteer.
I'll do it. And they go, we got to call 20 cops to stand behind me on the stage in case they rush the stage.
Right.
Because they were really nervous that they were just going to go crazy.
And what happened?
Everyone just kind of walked out.
No, I mean, what happened? Just a major power.
The power went out. Yeah, lightning hit a pole.
Was that Oklahoma?
Yeah, it was in Oklahoma.
Yeah, I did see that video.
Wait, lightning hit a pole. So wouldn't the crowd understand?
No,
they don't understand lightning and what that could do.
No, they wanted to see Megadeth, and that was it.
And that was it. No matter
So
what.
that's like when you're sitting on an airplane and there's terrible weather, and then they start announcing how there's going to be delays, and people on the plane are upset, like the pilot should go for it.
Right? Yes.
And also, that venue is connected to a zoo, and you're not allowed to curse, and I didn't know that, so I'm up there fucking saying fuck. And I got off the stage, the guy, the promoter's like, "What's your name?" And I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "That's $3,000 every time you said the fuck, and you said it 4 times." And he's like, "What's your name?" And I go, "Artie Fletcher." He's a comic friend of mine. And he wrote it down. He's like, "You're getting fined."
Seriously.
I love the thing. What if you don't pay it? Like, you can never go to the zoo?
Yeah, right.
Don't they curse at the zoo, though?
They were going to take it out of Megadeth's money.
Right.
At the top, they take it right there. They make you pay it right there. They take it right off the top. And the Megadeth camp's like, "Didn't you know to curse?" I'm like, "I didn't know if we couldn't curse."
Do they understand what they do to the elephants and you're not allowed to curse?
It upsets the animals if you curse, and then there's people at the zoo.
Right. Too funny.
Yeah, that and making a bear ride a bicycle.
Hey, Bill, we just attempted to talk about the World Cup and soccer in general. Can you please fill in the blanks? We suck. First of all, are you watching it?
No.
Oh, you're not?
Like every other American, I'm not watching it, and I'm not buying this stock footage they're showing of people in Kansas City standing outside watching a soccer game. There's no way. Just walk into all the empty bars that are showing it. I swear to God, there's no way there's a bunch of barbecue-eating rednecks in Kansas City.
I got
1,000 people outside freaking out because Cameroon or whoever the place just scored a goal on Turks and Caicos.
I got sucked into one of those montage videos. I'm like, oh, look, everyone's very excited. I got sucked in.
The highlights are great.
Right.
I mean, I'm going to try to watch... it's always funny to play Germany. You know what I mean? There's always something great about if you can actually beat them, because even though Hitler's long gone, they still think they're superior. So
right.
It's still fun to see if you can actually beat them, and now we got a German coach. But, I mean, I don't know if the diving's a little bit less this year, but that's the thing that stops me from enjoying it is I mean, look, people flop in the NBA, people dive in the NHL, but they don't roll around the ground like they're going to start crying. That's what they just take it to a whole other level.
But I think it really hurts to get kicked in the shin.
Yeah, but they're back up in 2 seconds.
We've all taken a hit with our coffee tables to the shin. It's not pretty. It fucking hurts.
Yeah, I know, but you watch the UFC and they use that part of their leg to smash some guy. I mean, at some point, it's like you are a professional athlete. You're not a radio host. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pumping up, and they have a shin guard there.
Right. You know what?
Look, I can see if somebody steps on it, but dude, what about the guy who bites the guy in the back and then he flops and actually he hurt his teeth when he bit into the guy? It's really like. Look, every league has got the floppers and they have the divers and they have the dirty guys and the piece of crap guys. But with soccer, there's just the level of sportsmanship when it comes to that. It's just being a pussy is and a liar is part of the strategy of the game. That's what I can't get past. Other than that, I like the game. A lot of elements of hockey are in it. I went to an Arsenal game when I was over in England and I had a great time. But I just can't get past that, the chickery, I guess is the word. They just act so goddamn effeminate sometimes, rolling around in the grass. But
well, that's to turn on the women in the stand.
Yeah, and you shouldn't be having hair gel in when you're playing sports.
They have hair gel.
Yeah, absolutely. The Ronaldo guy fucking looks like he just came out of a club in Miami. Come on.
And they said that Z was for a cancer kid, but that's not true, I hear.
Right.
That was a false story.
Is it true or not? Because then I saw a bunch of places where they're saying it is true. I don't know. Hey, Bill, you didn't see U.S.-Portugal the other day, though, with that last-second goal?
No, the games come on. I think I taped that, and I started watching it. It was cool. Look, the only reason why I want us to win, I want us to win the World Cup and then come back here and have, the whole world hates us and then only 40 people show up to the parade. I would love that.
That would
and
be great.
If we actually went on a run and we won it like 5 times in a row, which would eat up like 20 years, and everybody just going like, they don't even care. They don't even care. Why are they into this? That would really make me enjoy it.
And anywhere else, it would be like 1 million people would show up. Oh, that's funny.
Dude, they literally, they start crying like, I swear to God, like some, I don't know, religious thing going on. I mean, it's like the people in the crowd. Dude, when I went to that Arsenal game, right? Arsenal was playing, I think it was Everton, and Everton, I guess, stunk. And Arsenal went up 1-0, which is like going up 28-0 in football, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So it gets to the end of the game, and it looks like Arsenal's going to win, and all of a sudden Everton scored a goal to tie it up. Dude, there's a guy 2 rows in front of me. I thought he was having like an epileptic seizure or something. I'd never seen anybody. Dude, this is a regular season game. This guy lost his fucking shit to the point I was uncomfortable, staring at him. Is this guy going to do something? Is he going to leap off the wherever the hell we were in the upper deck? I don't know.
Yeah.
The how seriously they take it. It always makes me feel dumb. It's just wow.
Well, don't forget.
I get that same feeling when I go to a museum and everybody's looking at paintings and stuff, and they're they get just losing their minds. And I can't wait to get out of there. It always makes me feel like an idiot.
Yeah, they have incredible passion for their sport. I mean, we have that with playoff football, playoff hockey, right? But
yeah, some people here. Look, you even look at this country. People in this country are basically either football and basketball or football and hockey at this point. I think even baseball. Hockey's always been the odd man out. Even with 4 sports, it's too much over here. So with the way the UFC has blown up, and actually is starting to mess with, some of the 4 major sports, I would think. And I don't think we have time for soccer even if we wanted to.
yeah.
That guy, first of all, that guy might have had money on the game. You don't know why he lost. He might have went crazy because he might have lost a shitload of money.
There's a good point.
Dude, he acted like an absolute spaz, man. I was looking at him if he ever did that in high school, you just immediately be getting the shit kicked out of you just for being that excited. Being that excited.
He was just a super fan. Although you're saying that the passion in general was pretty crazy for a regular game.
No, it was great. They were over there singing all the songs and everything. I actually talked to them about some of the hooligan shit.
Right.
That used to go on after that. One of the things guys would do, they'd come up with a box cutter, right? Super, super sharp. And they'd come up behind a supporter for the other team, they're standing in the crowd, and they would slice horizontally right across your ass. And it was so sharp, they do it so quick, the person wouldn't realize it until you left. So then they'd have to stitch your butt cheeks horizontally. And you couldn't sit down and take a shit for 3 weeks.
What?
Really?
Because you tear up the stitches.
Wait, and this happened more than once? That sounds like something that should only happen once.
Well, that's the funny thing is the sport looks so damn effeminate, but I wouldn't fuck with anybody who watches it.
Oh, hell no. No, you're absolutely right.
Somebody told somebody, I did this thing, I cut across the ass cheeks, and he won't be able to sit or shit. It's like that. The word had to spread that was a good way to hurt your opponent's fans.
Oh, yeah, no. Did you guys see that 30 for 30 where they showed that, was it that Liverpool game where they went in and they packed them in too tightly and 80 people, standing up, died. They were crushed in so tightly that they literally suffocated, standing up. Dude, I had to shut it off. It was one of the most brutal things I've ever seen. There was there's people up against the fence going, "Open the fucking gate!" Wow. And those stupid cops were sitting there with their dumb hats and their whistles, staring at them.
How long ago was this?
This was I think the late '80s, dude. I'm not even joking.
Wow.
All jokes aside, you got to get yourself into a certain mindset if you're going to sit and watch it, dude. It was the most horrific thing I've ever seen. In the English, they're not into therapy and that type of shit. So everybody on the thing wanted to cry, but everyone was holding it in and shit. It was
you know what? I got to check that out.
Fucking, you really? I don't think you want to feel it. It's fucking brutal. I made it in. I made about 20 minutes in,
and then you bailed.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. It was the whole thing was not handled correctly, and then when they were identifying the bodies, that was handled even worse. It was brutal.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well,
Sorry, I didn't mean to take it in that direction.
wow, it's just like Bill Burr rules. I got to say, because we're going to get shit for it, when you said no one's watching soccer in America, the number came out a couple days ago. It was something like 25 million people watched that U.S.-Portugal game.
Is that the number? Is that the number that they put
Yeah.
Yeah, well, look, it was...
how can we check that?
Yeah, well, it was also Sunday, 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 Pacific, a great time
It was something like
to sit and watch a game.
I think they said 18 million on ESPN and then another 7 million elsewhere. Something like that.
I don't believe it. And how many people do you know who are watching it? I don't know anybody who's watching it. Everybody's doing the same thing to me, going like, are you watching this shit? I mean, I guess people are watching it.
I was amazed on Twitter how many people were tweeting about it. Like I was on live tweeting, and I was surprised that a lot of people in my timeline were doing the same thing.
Jimmy, I checked Jimmy's Twitter while I was watching. I'm like, holy fuck, Jimmy's watching it too. It's the first soccer game I've watched from beginning to end.
Oh, I picked it up 20 minutes in. It was U.S. was down 1-0 when
I missed that goal because I had some errands to do.
I was looking
around the house, but besides that, I watched the whole game.
You probably could have built a house from the time it took them to score a goal.
Dude, I was looking at fucking nothing was happening. I'm looking at Anthony's Twitter picture. He posts a picture. I'm looking at it, and I hear like, right. I'm like, I fucking missed it.
And I went, what could happen? It's soccer. So I went and did something quickly, and I missed one of the goals. That's so stupid.
Yeah, I watched. That was the first full soccer game I ever watched.
It was,
I watched
right?
I watched a little of the other teams and stuff like that.
And you're going to watch most of it
I was in a hotel room. I was bored, and there's no commercials. That's the reason I tuned in.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
I don't like the bad acting at all. When you watch a football game and someone just falls down, you're like, oh, the guy's faking it. You get so pissed. And these guys do it like, it's so brutal how they do it. Just later, and then they get back up and run friggin' 7 miles. Come off the field and sit on the bench for a half hour, and then I'll believe that you really got hurt.
Right.
I saw in that Barstool Sports, somebody had taken a clip from one of the games where this guy barely elbowed this other dude in the chest, and the guy actually waited like a second and a half before he actually grabbed his chest and fell to the ground. So they actually they put in like the sound of a sniper rifle, like the guy got shot. Dude, it's hilarious.
Bill, stay on the line because this guy has something about soccer. Hold on. We got Bill Burr on the line and Steve in Connecticut. Steve, go ahead.
How you doing, guys?
Hey.
Went to a Holland-Germany game last year in Holland, and it's unbelievable. Obviously, the Dutch, is 90% of the crowd. And about the entire game, they're all screaming in Dutch, all the Germans are homos. And it is unbelievable, and it's to the beat of a fairly current song that I forget the name of it. I'm sure you could find it online. But before I punch out, I want to apologize to any gays I've offended for being aligned with Germans. Germans for being aligned with gays. But it would just never happen in this country.
Yeah, it's not funny to call anyone gay, I guess, nowadays or something. I don't know. I can't follow the rules anymore. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
What's really bad is I heard in Spain, they're like, I think it's Spain, they're like some of the biggest racists. Like the Israeli team came in there and they wrote all this stuff about Auschwitz. They had like literally made signs and they're holding it up. It's just like, good Lord. And, we get so much crap for that over here. At least we're not making signs.
Right. They don't play, man. This guy, Corey in Jersey. Corey, go ahead. Bill Burr on the line with you.
Hey, Bill, you were talking about the Liverpool fans that were killed. It was actually 96 of them in 1989, April 16th. It was the Hillsborough tragedy. But the cool thing about it is I've been supporting Liverpool since about then, and they've been fighting for 25 years now to get the truth to come out. The government has been involved in this big cover up, and you being a conspiracy guy would like that. But it's been discovered that the police ignored a lot of things, and they blamed the Liverpool fans, and in fact it was the lack of police. And
they 30 for 30s. They kind of break it down how it was a new guy was head of the security force, and people who are into crowd control, they watch it and then they start just going right down the checklist of everything they're doing wrong. Dude, it's so creepy because they have the security video as you start seeing everybody going in through the same entrance because they want to stand behind the goalkeeper. And on the left and the right side was wide open, but they had put like these partitions up so people couldn't, I don't know, battle with each other section to section. And everybody went to the middle, and no one was stopping them, dude. It was, yeah. I tried to get out of this 10 minutes ago. I'm sorry to keep bringing
Well, you brought it up, though.
I just keep, actually, it wasn't 86, it was 96. You know, Steve Christ.
Right, all right.
We just all agree it's horrific.
Okay, we can move on. Thank you, Corey. Let's say hi to one more call here. Kyle in New York. Kyle.
How's it going, fellas? Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, two things here. First of all, Jimmy, that tweet about the lawnmower on the field, dying
Thank you.
for hours. Dying for hours. But there's a good movie out. I don't know if you guys ever seen it. Green Street Hooligans. It's pretty old. It has Elijah Wood in it. And it's about the soccer clubs over in Europe and how they brawl to the death over soccer matches. And it's a pretty fucking intense movie that really makes you realize how serious people take their fucking soccer.
Right. Well,
yeah, I don't think it's as bad as it used to be. But I don't know. What's this? Gary Oldman did he did a film, I think, called The Firm. Not like the Tom Cruise one. I mean, The Firm, like the supporters of thing. He did one, and there's a book called Among the Thugs, where it's an American journalist who goes over there and hangs out with them. You know, who knows? Who knows how much he's sensationalizing so a dummy like me will read his book. But,
right.
Seemed pretty crazy over there. But granted, this was like 25 years ago, so who knows?
All right. Well, enough with soccer, I guess.
I'm looking at photos as we're talking of the Hillsborough incident.
You are?
Yeah, you can see people crushed up against the fence. It's quite claustrophobic.
I can't imagine being in that situation. That would be horrific.
Yeah. You just want to turn around and go back the other way. I'm sure, like, all right, let's get out of here.
Right.
You're not going anywhere.
Man. What else is going on?
Third time around. Here we go, guys.
Well, I didn't even know about this thing.
No, this is all my fault. I apologize.
But then what happens, though, you pique our interest, so then we're like, all right, we need to know a little more about it, but whatever. What else is going on, Bill?
Nothing. I'm in Pittsburgh. I just did a benefit. It was actually a great benefit where they had a stage. There was a microphone. People were set up to look at you, and it was fun. I actually complimented the people who ran it because so many times you agree to do these benefits and, you know, you show up, there's no stage, there's no light, and they just, go stand in the corner, and it's just, you're just like this loud guy who stood up at a table all of a sudden, and you start bombing. Then you attack the crowd. The whole thing goes down the shitter. But fortunately, it was a good one, though.
Sometimes you guys do these gigs and they don't even have a microphone for you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, my God.
I did one at a restaurant. It was a Christmas party in the afternoon.
Right.
And they said, yeah, it's a separate part of the restaurant. You'll have a mic and all that stuff. I got there. There was no mic and there was no separate room. I stood in the middle of the restaurant in front of like two tables. Those waiters and other people right next to me were just eating that weren't even part of it. And stood there with no microphone and told jokes to two tables.
How'd you do?
Horrendous.
Man,
there was kids next to me behind me.
The fact that you survived it is amazing.
And it was for like $125. I'm like, I'll do it. And even when I got there, I'm like, all right, I need to make this money.
Right.
Did it for $125. Stood there for 30 minutes. As busboys were banging into me on my punchlines.
Holy shit. The things you guys do.
I remember a long time ago I got booked to do some Christmas party, right? On the Upper East Side, and I showed up, and it was just like this Illuminati-level cash that was at the place. It was this small restaurant. There's like 40 people. They had no idea there was going to be a show. I was supposed to be like a surprise, and they could all give a fuck if it was a show. They all just had like that I own a yacht, like sort of haircut combined. It's like the hockey haircut, but it's like more like curls in the back, and they all have like the white polo shirts. Dude, I was bombing so bad at one point I actually considered saying, listen, just tell you what, how about you guys just keep the money, and I'm just going to leave now.
Right.
It was that embarrassing.
How much time did you have to do? Do you remember?
Oh, dude, I think I did like 20. I think they wanted me to do a half hour. Dude, there was like people like, I got so defensive because I was bombing so bad that I was getting even angrier, and it was just literally, it was like people stopped looking at me. They were just sort of looking down at their plates. And nobody,
shit.
and I would be like, come on, guys, Jesus, give me something. And nobody would say anything. My agent was there.
Oh my God!
Oh, God. You know what's funny? Right outside was this amazing like holiday snow,
right?
Like an inch of snow. It looked like I was actually in the Christmas spirit, and I went in there, and I remember walking back to the subway, talking to my agent, going, "I'm never fucking doing one of those again. Don't even bring me the offer," and blah blah blah. And of course, he brought me another one, and I needed the money, so I was like, "All right, this is the last one. Just doing this last, yeah."
Even when they're good, they're rough. But even when they're good, they're scary.
I've done bachelor parties before, and those are brutal because you got a stripper coming in. There was like, "We're going to put you on after the dance." I go, "No, put me on before, please."
Right.
Yeah.
The groomer's going to get blown in front of everybody. I can't follow that. Just let me do my fucking horse and pony show for 15 minutes.
Jesus.
At least bachelor parties, you could curse, though. You could be dirty at a bachelor party and go down being filthy. The worst, the company parties are horrible because they think they want it edgy, but nobody else knows you're coming, and they don't want it dirty. It's terrible.
I just don't know how you guys do that. I don't know how I don't know how you come back from that.
I did one in Vegas for a bunch of oilmen, and I showed up, and they were such fucking assholes. That I was actually up there making fun of them, and they didn't even get it. Like I was talking about how many oily birds there were out there because of their business. And I go, but you guys don't give a shit, right? And I did some, horrific Southern accent, saying something along the lines of like, well, if it can't fly with oil on it, it's too much of a pussy. Like that. And there was this pause, and then the whole crowd went like, yeah! They didn't even like laugh. Like they thought like I was giving like a speech or something.
A pep rally.
Yeah, and then I remember afterwards they all came up like, yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. We're hard on our performers. And
oh, God damn it.
Yeah, like I passed some test.
Right.
Yeah, it was horrific.
Well, you guys, for the most part, don't have to do those gigs anymore, right?
I remember I was doing comedy like 6 months, and I got an offer to open for Edgar Winter, and his crowd was all bikers at the Club Benet. It was like a supper club.
Oh, yeah.
And they started throwing steaks at me, the bikers, and their potatoes when I was on stage. Really? And I had to do 15 minutes, and I was getting $50, so I'm staying. Just told them, look, I'm staying up. You can throw all the shit you want. And then I just started eating the food off the stage, and they were going fucking nuts.
They went nuts for that?
They went crazy. And I did my time. I just keep throwing it, fucking throw. Give me a rare one. Throw that up. And they were just firing shit at me.
You guys should get together and write a book about bombing.
He wanted to take me on the road. He's like, no one's ever lasted that long. Come on the road with me. I'm like, fuck this. Right. I had all my family there, too. It was like my first big gig.
Right.
And they were just throwing shit at me.
And you're just eating the food they're throwing at you.
Right off the stage.
A book about...
what's hilarious about that? It's like, Edgar, well then, why don't you stop booking comedians?
Yeah, exactly.
He probably enjoys it. He was probably a sadist who kind of like enjoyed the show of watching guys just get fucking shit thrown at them.
That's his thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we do have to take a break here. Bill, you got anything going on? You got a lot going on. The podcast is still rocking, by the way.
The podcast is doing well. Other than that, I just taped my next special. I just taped last weekend down in Atlanta.
Oh, nice.
I'm scampering around trying to come up with another hour of horse shit before that thing comes out.
Hey, Bill, are you your guys still doing that tour? Lawson and Verzi and Bartnick?
Oh, yeah. Lawhead, Verzi, and Bartnick are... actually, I'm in Vegas this weekend, and Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday, those guys are coming through the All-In tour, and it's been doing really, really well. They've been selling tickets and... killing it. I know they just crushed it down in Philly, so thank you for bringing that up, by the way.
No, because I saw him at the Stress Factory in Jersey. Great.
What is it? I don't even know what this is.
It's Bill's comic friends. They're three great comics and stuff. They're doing a whole tour.
Oh, nice. And they're killing it.
The guys who've been opening for me throughout the years, they came to my wedding and they started talking. I was like, why don't you guys do a tour? I'll put the podcast name behind it. Because back in the day, like when I went out with some of the guys on Chappelle's show tour, I went out and I opened, and all these clubs that I couldn't get in, all the improvs at that time, they got to see me, do 20 minutes, and then, by the end of the tour, third quarter of them, whatever, brought me back and started to build me up in a market. So I'm trying to get those guys onto that level,
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, they're all good comics too, man.
Right, I'll have to check it out. All right, Bill, always a pleasure, man. I like the surprise calls. Are you at an airport right now?
Yeah, I'm here in Pittsburgh, and I'm flying back to L.A. Another benefit tonight.
Nothing but respect. You call from an airport and you kill it for us on the radio. That is not easy.
No.
Who's around you right now?
On East Coast time, where he's a West Coast guy.
Right. But where?
No, I'm over by the moving sidewalk.
Oh, okay. You got away from all the people.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I swear to God, this fucking guy was standing on the moving sidewalk.
Yeah.
He was right in the middle, so nobody, and the guy in front of me stops, and I got to stop.
Right.
And all I'm thinking is just tip this fucking asshole over. And of course, when he gets off it, he's like hobbling around like something was wrong with his leg. I was just like, really? I have to. This early in the morning, I figure out what an asshole I am. I didn't even make it to 8 a.m.
It's better you find out early in the morning, though, and adjust appropriately for the rest of the day.
All right. I was watching this couple.
Yeah.
A couple of fatties, the two of them just sitting there, and his wife is just chowing, just eating with their mouth full. I'm literally 3 tables away, glaring at her because I can hear it. At first, when people eat with their mouth open, I'm thinking, all right, maybe it's a glitch. Maybe it's just a big piece of something they put in there, and she's just sitting there smacking away. I don't know. I got issues. Sorry, guys. All right. I got to jump off here. They're just starting to board the flight.
All right.
Hey, I'll be there in July, man. I'll swing by.
Absolutely. Right. We look forward to it. All right, Bill. Thank you, buddy.
See you, man.
See you, Jim.
Bill Burr, everyone. Live from a Pittsburgh airport. Jesus.
I've been in an airport
and doing
before.
great.
Yeah.
Doing great with the phoner. So let's take a break. Florentine's here, and we got Rich Voss coming in. Stay there.